So you wanted Jalen Hurts? Well, guess what? I think you're going to get him.
Well, hello, friends. Mark Holmes.
I'm a grown-ass man. See, I'm a grown-ass man. Grown-ass man. Hey, everybody. King Dingbat here. I'm in my garage with a cigar. It's only a candy cigar because my wife won't let me smoke one after I put that big fat head up in our bedroom. Let's get rid of that. At this point, I'd be happy for Dak to be playing for somebody else. And my team stinks. I agree. Stinks.
They laugh about us. We're a disgrace. We suck.
I am now Philly 500's bitch.
Dallas still stinks. By the way, King Dingbat here, and I hope everybody's having a great day. I hope you guys are doing well. There is no surprise that the Eagles lost to the Packers yesterday, right? I mean, we all knew that the Eagles weren't going to beat the Packers. Most of us knew that. I mean, I had the Packers winning 31-13 in my prediction video, so I was pretty close. And we're going to get into this game in a minute because really the big takeaway of this game was that Jalen Hurts came in, that Jalen Hurts provided a spark, and that Carson Wentz got his ass benched. But before I talk about that, I got to give a huge shout out to Philly Style for winning my Clit Chat Sport... Flick Chat Sports. Philly Style for winning my Flick Chat Sport. You see where my head is. It's like, you know, early for me, and I'm already thinking about matrimonial duties. I can't help it. I'm a pig. What are you gonna do? I'm a man. You know what I mean? I'm sorry, but Flick Chat Sports. Philly Style for winning Flick Chat Sports picks. You gotta contact me, my man. Twitter at YoPhilly500 and or email me at YoPhilly500 at Yahoo. So either one, just do that, man. But congratulations on winning the Flick Chat Sports. I don't know why. What a moron I am. What a dingbat. Please, Philly Style, man, shout out to you. And if you haven't, you definitely want to click the link in the description to my Flick Chat Sports. And it's free to join. Definitely join. Good place to interact with me between videos. And we do these contests all the time. But a shout out to Philly Style on winning. Now, let's talk Eagles. Let's talk about this game yesterday a little bit. And let's talk about what everybody wants to talk about. The whole Jalen Hurts, Carson Wentz situation, right? Now, going back and watching this game again, I got to tell you, first series, the Eagles looked good. They were running the ball. They didn't put Carson in horrible situations. He even rolled out. He even moved. I thought it was good. And then they got away from it. They, got away from it after, one drive. Why did you go away from what was working? It doesn't make sense. Then you have a situation where Carson just struggles, man. He just misses too many throws. His mechanics are all off. And you know, I understand he's struggling. I understand he's been bad. It's all true. But my thing is, why is he bad? Why is he struggling? What is the problem? What is going on with this guy? Does he just stink? Has he just dried up and he has no talent left? I don't believe that. I saw the guy at the end of last year play pretty good. But I think that there are some big things wrong, and I think part of it is mental, okay? So they bench Carson Wentz. In comes Jalen Hurts. And not only did Jalen Hurts come in, but he played really good. I mean, he wasn't perfect, but he was a rookie making his first real entrance long-term, on the field. He didn't come in for one or two run plays and come out. He was actually there for the rest of the game, and he provided a spark. And, you know, I thought it was great. And I think that the big advantage that Hurts has over Carson Wentz, okay, is that he has the ability to move. He can get out of the pocket. And that's a big thing because let me tell you, It is not this game. In this game, it wasn't a situation that, Jalen Hurts came in and now the offensive line starts blocking. They were getting destroyed even when he was in there. Pretty much every play, you see Hurts having to get out of the pocket because the offensive line could not hold up. That is something Carson Wentz can't do anymore. And the reason he can't do it is because he's too fat. Okay, and I know that sounds funny, it sounds like a joke, and then I'll get the people, look who's calling who fat. We know our kind, mother humpers. Okay, so here's the thing. Carson can't move. He's a sitting duck. He's an absolute sitting duck with that offensive line. You can't just throw the ball away. You can't just throw the ball away when you're in the pocket. You have to get out of the pocket so you don't get intentional grounding. He can't do that. He's too big. He needs to lose about 25 pounds. That is the God's honest truth. And then you get Hurts, who has that ability that can get out. And it helps so much, And he provided a spark. He played good. I think that it was interesting. He came in with, I think it was 23-3, right? So he comes in 23-3. They get it to 23-16 because Jake Elliott misses another extra point. I've never seen it. This guy, why does he have a job? They get it to 23-16. Then all of a sudden, it got a little harder to pass, right? Green Bay was kind of letting them throw things underneath and that kind of thing. They weren't playing really, really tight defense. As soon as it became a one-score game, they got tight, a little harder to throw. And my point is that Hurts has a lot to learn, especially in the passing game. He's got a long way to go. Okay, I know people are anointing him the next Russell Wilson in my stream, which is ridiculous. He's got to play. We got to see what he's got, what he's got. And that's why I think, me personally, I think the Eagles should start him the rest of the year. I think you should put him in against New Orleans. I think you should let him play. I think you should play him against Arizona. I think you should play him against Dallas and Washington. I think that's what the Eagles should do, because I feel like this. I feel like if you were to go in right now and come out, if Doug was to come out and announce, and I'll tell you the Doug thing in a minute, but if Doug would come out this week and say, I'm starting Carson, right, and Carson has to go in and play New Orleans, I think it's going to mess with his head, because he is going to feel like, hey man, I missed one throw, I missed two throws, I missed three throws. They're going to pull me. And that's not a way you want to go into a game. That's not how you want to think before a game. I think we let him chill out, let him sit on the bench, let him kind of clear his head, reassess things, and maybe just take a step back and let Hurts play, and let's see what we have in him. I think letting him play the last few games of the last 4 or 5 games of the season, and then letting Carson kind of get his mind together, get his head right, is not a bad thing. It's not a bad thing. The only thing that I kind of worry about him, to be honest, is I hate to be in a situation where you play Dallas and Hurts beats him. And then you beat Washington. And then all of a sudden, instead of picking like 4th or 5th or 6th, you're picking 11th or something like that. That's what I don't want. But I think playing against New Orleans this week, you should play Hurts. I think Carson needs to clear his head. Now, for those Carson lovers and people who still believe in him, I love Carson. I do. I fully admit it. And I'm not giving up on him. I still think he's got a lot of talent left. I still think he could be a great quarterback. But I think that he needs to get his head together. He needs to clear his head. And this is not going to affect what happens going into next year, because you might have a new coach, you might have a new offensive coordinator, a new quarterback coach. I think that we have to wait and see. But based upon Carson's contract, based on what it would cost to trade him, which I think would be like, you would have $33 million in dead money if you traded Carson Wentz. Okay, and then the next year would be like $24 million. So it's very hard to trade him. It's very hard for a team to want to sit a guy on the bench that makes that much money. It just is the fact of the matter. However, I think letting this rest of the season play out, where Carson kind of clears his head, goes in the offseason, maybe loses 25 pounds, comes back, and then if you want to have an open competition at quarterback, fine. Let the best man win. But I think it would do Carson good going forward. Look, one bad year does not mean a guy is finished, he can't rebound or anything like that. There's got to be some big changes. And yes, Carson has struggled, but I always say, why? Why is he struggling? Is Carson struggling because he don't have nothing left? Or is it the things around him? I think it's a big factor. I think there's multiple issues going on with Carson, with the Eagles, and it all kind of compounds itself, right? I think Carson being too big, can't move, is bad, especially when your offensive line is as bad as it is. I don't think the Eagles ever thought it would be this bad. And I think they told him to bulk up, to stay up in the pocket and become a pocket passer. Okay? I believe in that Seattle game, Carson gets a concussion running, right? I think they came to him and said, dude, you got to stop running. Every time you run, you get hurt. We need you to be a pocket passer. You want to put on some weight so you can take more of a pounding because you're going to be in the pocket more. And when they did that, they took really the good things that Carson does away from him. Rolling out, getting, throwing on the run, things like that. So my point is that there are a lot of issues going on with Carson. I am not giving up on him by no means. However, I think for him getting a break, getting a chance to step back and letting Hurts play the rest of the year, I think it's not a bad idea. I think it's a good idea. I think it's something that the Eagles should do. And, at least for a few games. If you don't want to do the whole year, fine. But at least next game, maybe the next two games. Because I think he could use that. I think it's a good chance to clear his head, get fresh perspective, and then come back stronger than ever. And then we can find out and maybe have open competition if Hurts plays really well. There's nothing wrong with that, in my opinion. So we'll see what happens. Doug in his press conference said he ain't going to talk to anybody about it. It's all him, and he's whatever, Doug. Whatever. Let me tell you something. I had the weirdest dream. Like the weirdest dream in the history of dreams yesterday. And it was like real, and it was freaky as hell. Okay, so I'm sitting there, and I'm upstairs, and I'm looking out the window because it's Christmas time, and I'm looking out the window at the lights outside of my house and across the street. And I see this shadowy figure standing in the street, right? And I'm like, who the hell is that? And it was freaky, right? So because it looked like a man in black, he was dressed all black with the black hat, and like, who is this? So then the door knocks, and I open it, and it's Doug Pederson, and he's got that dopey look on his face, like, he's like, I need to talk to you about something. Can we talk in private? So I said, yeah. So we go upstairs to the roof. I don't know why we're on the roof, but we're on the roof. And he was like, I gotta tell you, the little guys? The little guys? I'm like, yeah. He's like, those little guys, they're good. They're good. They're good. They come see me all the time. And they want to come see you. And I'm going, what little people? What are you talking about? He's like, the little people with the big buggy eyes. And he's talking about gray. He was talking about gray aliens, right? So I'm like, they're coming to you, they're seeing you. He's like, yeah, they put plays in my head. I'm like, well, the plays stink. They're lying to you, man. They stink. These plays are horrible. Look at your offense. You're taking football lessons from some alien from the planet, I don't know, a billion galaxies away that never seen football. Stop listening to them, Doug. Well, they're good. They're going to save the world. I said, they're against you. They hate you. They're evil. They're bad. Stay away from these mother humpers. Doug. And he's just sitting there with this dopey look like he's hypnotized. Then all these ships, they all start arriving. And then all these little grays are on the roof. And I'm like, I'm going to double moonwalk all your asses right now. You little bastards, I'm going to kill you. And I'm kicking one, and I'm punching the other, and then they're trying to do stuff with my stuff. And Doug's just sitting there like a moron. And I'm just sitting, and then I woke up. That was the craziest mother-humping dream I've had in years. And it was freaky. It wasn't like, oh, this was an Eagles Doug dream. This was like an alien dream. But Doug was the hypnotized dope. It was insane. Anyways, I had to tell you about that dream because it was just insane. It freaked me out for a while, because one of the biggest things that I don't like that scares the hell out of me is alien abduction stuff. That scares the hell out of me. This was one of those dreams. I woke up, I had to catch my breath because these aliens were all after me. And this dope is letting it happen and letting them give him the place. Unbelievable. Anyways, I think Jalen Hurts needs to start the rest of the year. And by saying that does not mean I don't love Carson Wentz. I still think he could be great, but I think it's a good chance to clear his head. With that said, take care. Talk to you later. And don't be... Oh, yes. I'll be streaming the Cowboys game tomorrow. Can't stream the Redskins game tonight because I have plans. But tomorrow we'll be streaming the Cowboys. So come hang out with me and join me there. Now, with that said, take care. Talk to you later. And don't be a dingbat.